We're going to simplify sine x cosine squared x minus sine x. Sine squared x plus cosine squared x is equal to 1. This is the Pythagorean identity. When we subtract sine squared x from both sides, cosine squared x is equal to 1 minus sine squared x. Now we're going to replace cosine squared x by 1 minus sine squared x. Sine x times 1 minus sine squared x between parentheses minus sine x. Then using distribution, we will multiply sine x by 1 minus sine squared x. We get sine x minus sine cube x minus sine x. Sine x minus sine x is 0. The final answer is negative sine cube x. The lowest common denominator between 1 plus cosine theta, 1 plus cosine theta, and sine theta. Let me just put 1 plus cosine theta between parentheses. Will be sine theta times 1 plus cosine theta. Think of it this way. If you have two numbers that do not share any factors, relatively prime, like 5 and 2, the lowest common multiple or lowest common denominator for fraction will be 5 times 2. That's why we multiply them together. Now, our lowest common denominator is sine theta times 1 plus cosine theta. For the first fraction, to create the lowest common denominator, we need to multiply 1 plus cosine theta by sine theta. And we'll multiply the numerator by sine theta also in order to get the equivalent fraction. So sine theta times sine theta, sine square theta. For the second fraction, we need to multiply the denominator by 1 plus cosine theta to get the common denominator, and we'll do the same for the numerator. Cosine theta times 1 is cosine theta. Cosine theta times cosine theta is cosine squared theta. Let's rearrange the numerator. Sine square theta plus cosine square theta plus cos theta. Knowing that sine square theta and cosine square theta is an identity, since sine square theta plus cosine square theta is equal to 1, our fraction becomes 1 plus cosine theta divided by sine theta times 1 plus cosine theta. 1 plus cosine theta is 1 plus cosine theta between parentheses times 1. They cancel out. Our answer is 1 over sine theta, which is cosecant theta.